Joining me now with reaction to all of this, author of The Russia Hoax, Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett, along with Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton and Congressman Mike Turner. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me this evening. This is extraordinary, and Greg, I'll start with you, because while all of what we've experienced has been surprising to all of us, none of us are naive, all of us have experience, and yet all of us remember Nixon. We all know that the government can be secretive. This has been extraordinary at any level. What is your take now with this new revelation? Is this something par for the course, or does this take it as a change, as a turn into someplace quite different?
Well, if the evidence is there, and I would like to see the explanations for these text messages, but if the evidence is there, I don't know how you explain these messages. It does appear as though they are trying to plant a mole within the transition team to spy on the Trump campaign. And we already know, as Bill Barr pointed out to great controversy, that the Trump campaign was being spied on. There was electronic surveillance. There was a confidential informant. And now, apparently, there may have been a mole. So, look, the president was correct when you played the comment a moment ago. This was an attempted coup, a silent, nonviolent coup based on phony information to drive him from office. And, Clinton was the financier. Brennan was the instigator. Clapper was the leaker. And then you had Christopher Steele and Glenn Simpson, the facilitators who created it all with a fabricated document. And Comey and McCabe and Strzok and Page were driving the engine of this attempted coup.
Extraordinary. Tom, your organization, Judicial Watch, has been pushing for years, like a dog just that will not let go. And some of us and some individuals, some Americans think, well, this can't be happening. This is crazy talk. And yet now, every day, there seems to be something more remarkable. With the work that you've done, what do you think we can expect? And where would something like this ultimately go? What can the American people are resilient, but what do you think we can expect as we move forward here?
Well, the more we learn, the worse it looks in terms of the Spygate coup effort against President Trump. The FBI right now is hiding text messages of Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, and Lisa Page from Judicial Watch. So I'm glad Congress is able to get some of them, but there are others that are still out there. And on top of that, you start off talking about the presidential campaign. You have to remember that the Democratic Party apparatus was involved in this. The Democratic National Committee spent money on this effort to overthrow the president by working with Russia intel. They were meeting with the FBI general counsel just shortly before the election, the lawyer for the DNC and Hillary Clinton. Joe Biden was in this infamous early January 2017 Oval Office meeting with Barack Obama and Susan Rice and James Comey, where they all talked excitedly about the dossier just before Comey was launched by Obama at then President-elect Trump with this extortive scheme through the dossier.
I think we're going to be seeing an effort to make it seem as though Joe Biden was dropped in from the planet Mars somehow and has never been involved in any of this. But he's been involved in a great deal. He's an experienced man, so he knows what's been going on. Mike, for I think all of us also, when we deal with things like this, and people say, oh, they mention Watergate, but this is exclusively different. Watergate was a team of people and the president involving a re-election, trying to get information on the opponent and all of that. This is an agency, the law enforcement, the highest law enforcement of the nation, colluding and spying and working to change an election that was legal and to usurp a duly elected president. That is something we've never seen before. Would you agree? Mike?
Well, Tammy, one of the things that I think that we have that would be very concerned about is the fact that, here we have our democratic institutions being undermined by the intelligence community, our law enforcement community, who are entrusted with tools that are supposed to be keeping us safe. They're supposed to be part of what goes to the heart of our national security. And instead, they're using these tools to undermine our democratic principles, to undermine a duly elected president. What we've seen now, even with Brennan and Clapper and Comey and the things that they've said on on national TV, even post leaving the Obama administration, have been, their absolute opposition to this president. And certainly I think it is evident in the ways in which we see the abuse of power of the Department of Justice, the FBI, and our intelligence agencies.
Thank you. I do think, Greg, that we finally have, with the Mueller report done, we finally have a sense that, all right, this is serious business, and that we can actually look at it without being afraid,
sure,
and with the seriousness of taking care of business, that it's not really about Trump. It's not even a partisan issue. This is about what can happen in a power framework where there's been no accountability for generations. Do you think we're finally at this point that we can do this and that we will do it, and looking at it seriously and completely?
If I were James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Brennan, Clapper, I would be very, very worried and not sleeping very well. The Inspector General has spent a year examining the origins of the Trump-Russia collusion investigation.
We normally see government investigations, committee stuff, and it never becomes anything. There is never a result.
I think you will see criminal referrals in the next 60 days from the IG over to the Department of Justice. Bill Barr has made it abundantly clear he is serious about undertaking a legitimate investigation because he realizes the evidence appears to be there that at the FBI in particular, there was a cesspool of corruption among the upper echelons.
The highest levels. And this is our chance as the American people to say to everyone in the political field that we're serious about taking care of these issues, that there will be repercussions, because our infrastructure, it relies on a legitimacy that the American people give to it because we trust them. Great job, gentlemen. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate everybody. Sorry, we're short of time here.